South Korea, amidst Hyundai's sprawling, city-like research and development center. A gaggle of 2018 Kona crossovers awaits about the test track ahead. Camouflaged and black vinyl-cladded prototypes zip by as finely dressed security personnel hover silently, observing once we hop into the driver's seat for that rather brief 8-minute runabout on Hyundai's hometown handling course. Hyundai won't launch the Kona within the US until March 2018, well behind the now established Honda HR-V, Mazda CX-3, Jeep Renegade, and even more recent Toyota CHR. We necessary to take the time to be sure we got things befitting the market and for your customers, said Hyundai Vice Chairman Chung Yu Sunday. Based on our limited drive of the pre-production Korean spec Kona, Hyundai can have a solid shot at scooping up what's left in this booming segment. Our test car is usually a loaded example that boasts the optional combination of the 1.6-liter turbo 4 and 7-speed dual-clutch automatic. As in past models, including the Veloster Turbo and Sonata Eco, the engine makes 175 horsepower plus a healthy 195 pounds-to-feet of torque from 1,500 to 4,500 RPM. The base engine has to be 2.0-liter Atkinson Cycle 4 best for 147 horsepower and 132 pounds-to-feet of torque combined with a 6-speed automatic. Drive modes include normal and sport, while using latter adding slightly heavier steering, sharper throttle sensitivity, as well as a sportier transmission mapping that downshifts earlier under braking and holds gears longer under heavy throttle input. Other markets get an eco option that, somewhat amusingly, isn't included for US models. Experience Hyundai that customers often unknowingly leave the drive mode in eco, after which complain your vehicle is underpowered. Down the long straightaway at the outset of our test run, the punchy little engine impressed using its generous slow-end torque and smooth shifting transmission. There's a certain amount of hesitation at low speeds because the dual clutch attempts to find its footing, but once within the ball it's an adept and perfectly suitable powertrain. Hyundai expects 35 to 40% of Kona buyers will spring for that upgraded engine, that is standard OnSL and Ultimate models. The base engine and transmission may be the sole powertrain for that lower level, say, and SL trims. All-wheel drive will likely be offered like a standalone option on all models, and Hyundai expects about 45% of buyers to tick that box. Hyundai can be so far frustratingly mum about how exactly the suspension and steering is going to be tuned for US spec models. Nevertheless, the Korean spec Kona features a reasonably firm suspension and pleasant heft towards the steering. While not as sharp and responsive because the Mazda CX-3, the Kona is really a far cry on the lethargic Honda HR-V, even during normal mode. Body roll was noticeable, yet not excessive, during swift navigation of numerous roundabouts. Over expansion joints and small bumps, the Kona exhibits very solid body control and compliance, although Hyundai's handling course can be a world far from some of America's more decrepit roads. Engineered imperfection just isn't just like good old-fashioned neglect and poor infrastructure management. Our test car was furnished with all-wheel drive, meaning it featured a multi-link rear suspension as opposed to the front-wheel drive version's torsion beam setup. Dynamics are, however, not the largest attraction for subcompact crossover shoppers. Those could be style, equipment, and space. The Kona's design, led with a veteran cohort including Chief Peter Shra, Sain-Up Lee, and Liu Dongka-Wolk, is distinctive enough to attract those trying to find something fresh and signals a much more extroverted direction for Hyundai. It could rather be too busy and incoherent for most, though, especially the scrunch-faced nose. From the Jeep Cherokee-like eyelid-style working-day running lamps for the faux air scoop, plenty of armor cladding across, and Land Rover-ish D-pillar kink, there's a great digest. Fortunately, the inner is somewhat more restrained, using its focus on space efficiency and intuitive functionality. Hyundai says the Kona rides with an all-new global B-segment platform, that is 0.7-inch lower and wider compared to its greater subcompact crossover, which was on sale in emerging markets for a few years. Executives were tight-lipped gets hotter came to specifics of the platform or just what it might yield as time goes on. But it really did turn out that some future B-segment sedans could adopt the revolutionary architecture. Barebones Kona S models arrive standard with power seats, cruise control, 16-inch aluminum wheels, a 7-inch touchscreen, plus an old-school ignition key. Bluetooth and Apple CarPlay, Android Auto is standard, likewise. From there the sill trim adds 17-inch wheels, roof rails, push-button start, a leather-wrapped tire, rear cross-traffic alert, as well as an optional package with automatic emergency braking. Spring with the limited version to acquire a leather interior, sunroof, and LED headlights and taillights. Goodies for that top spec ultimate trim add a 8-inch screen with navigation, lane keep assist, rear parking sensors, automatic emergency braking, along with a phone charging pad. There will also be an available color head-up display, which flips up from your dashboard within a fashion similar for the Mazda 3 or Mini Cooper. Pricing won't be announced until nearer to launch, but Hyundai's US PR team says it'll be positioned competitively and less expensive than the $23,460 Toyota CHR. Expect the bed space model to start out at about $20,000. With its good chunk of accessible gear, in addition to the pedestrian detection safety technology that's something of any rarity until now in this space, the 2018 Hyundai Kona should present a superbly valid alternative inside a space that's becoming a lot more crowded with choices. It'll function as the first strike in Hyundai's planned SUV product assault, which will include a smaller crossover below the Kona as well, like a 3-row family SUV across the Santa Fe. 2018 Hyundai Kona specifications on sale now, priced $20,000, base, IST engine 2.0 liters stock 16 valve i4 147 horsepower at 4,500 revolutions per minute, 132 pounds-feet at 4,500 revolutions per minute, 1.6 liters turbocharged stock 16 valve i4 175 horsepower at 5,500 revolutions per minute, 195 pounds-feet at 1,500 to 4,500 revolutions per minute. Transmission 6-speed automatic, 7-speed dual-clutch automatic layout, 4-door, 5-passenger, front engine, FWD, AWD SUV EPA mileage N, LXWXH 164.4 by 70.9 by 61.0 in wheelbase, 102.4 in weight N. A pound 0 to 60 miles per hour 7.6 to 9.9 seconds. Top speed 120 to 130 miles per hour.